Thank you so much, Larry. And I'm mindful, too, some people still left their sprinklers on, even knowing this freeze was coming. So if that's an issue in your neighborhood or around some of the business centers, you may have some slick spots there, too, if people did leave sprinklers on. And, of course, that water is frozen.
Yeah, this very cold picture behind us of downtown Fort Worth, there where Dickey's Arena is, and ERCOT has issued yet another call for Texans to conserve power this morning because of the temperatures, especially between 6 and 9 o'clock this morning. According to ERCOT's dashboard, the state's power grid is getting close when it comes to the supply possibly not meeting the demand.
Let's take a look now at that live dashboard. Take a look over on the left side of the screen. The blue dotted line is the power demand forecast. The purple dotted line shows us available capacity. And looking down there at the bottom, you see between 7:30 and 8, the distance between the two becomes quite thin. NBC5's Alana Quillen is live in Fort Worth to tell us more about that and what power operators are saying. And standing there in a wicked wind there too, Alana.
Yeah, here in downtown Fort Worth, the wind is really blowing, and this bitter Arctic cold that we've seen happening across so much of this state is really putting a massive strain on the energy grid. And that close call is happening right when a lot of people are getting ready to head to work or head to school for some districts coming out of the holiday. Now, we know that because of all of this, some cities are making adjustments with this call for conservation, such as the city of Plano, which will voluntarily delay opening recreation centers and libraries today until 10 a.m. to ease demand. But when ERCOT asks us to conserve, what exactly does that mean? Well, during the conservation window, ERCOT has asked all government agencies, including city and county offices, to reduce energy use at their facilities. For the rest of us, it means turning off and unplugging non-essential lights and appliances. But energy experts like Doug Lewin told NBC5 he's really calling out ERCOT for being too broad in the timing and the messaging of what we all should do.
I do think, though, we need to have, systematic solutions. You got to have that demand response I was talking about before, where you can really count on that demand, reducing at the push of a button when you need it, as opposed to relying on people's goodwill.
Now, experts, including ERCOT itself, are confident there will not be a need for rolling blackouts, as we've talked about in the last 24 hours. And that, of course, is the next phase when margins get tight like this on the grid. But if they do happen, it would be in a much shorter duration than the deadly 2021 storm. We're talking minutes instead of hours or days. And all of the improvements that have been made since then should be doing what they were meant to do in an emergency like this. Now, when I looked at the ERCOT forecast, there is another close call happening this evening between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. Of course, that's when the sun goes down, so that solar power disappears at that time. Of course, we'll keep an eye out on ERCOT's notifications and see if they will issue another call for conservation, but that's something we're just continuing to follow closely throughout the day. Reporting live in Fort Worth, Alana Quillen, NBC5.